Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching Silliman. All right, now at this juncture, Dr. Betty, we are going to engage you with the famous fast talk, okay? So I'm just going to give you a pair of phrases or words, and you just have to choose between them, but you don't have to think twice, just have to say what comes to mind first. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
I was born ready. All right. Okay. Let us start. Ano ang mas madali? Let go or hold on?
Let go.
Adult or children?
Children.
Cheese bread or baked siopaw?
Baked siopaw.
Library or amphitheater?
Library.
Complete the sentence. Masakit kapag?
Daw pag-listen mo ko na.
Okay. Masakit kapag? Okay.
Masakit kapag yung mahal mo ayaw sa'yo.
Okay. Free concert tickets or shopping spree?
Concert tickets.
Rock or paper?
Paper.
Last person you talked to?
My husband.
Mm-hmm. What characteristic do you most dislike in yourself?
I dislike being too patient.
Too patient. Most important quality in a friend?
Honesty.
Pagalingan or palakasan?
Pagalingan.
Favorite color?
Yellow.
Diamante o gitto?
Diamante, of course.
Dr. Betty, complete the sentence. Silliman University is?
A quality Christian education doing very well nationally and globally.
All right. Actually, may mga ano pa ko dito, but I will not ask them anymore. Maybe off-cam na. Kasi yung ano is lights on or lights off. All right. Dr. McCann, we have already this conversation that we just have in the previous episode. We talked about your career, your journey, and then the challenges and the things that you are so thankful about. And even you also shared to us your philosophy of leadership. At this point, let's talk about the present and the future of Silliman University. So far, Dr. McCann, what are the greatest or what are the highlights of your leadership stints in the universities, in terms of policies, accomplishments, or even, I would say, engagements of the university?
To me, in terms of people, I always talk about what's happening in the university in terms of three elements: the people, the programs that we have, and the partnerships that we build. So in terms of people, I'm glad to note that we have able and capable faculty members and staff who are able to handle responsibilities so well, and they are very good ambassadors to the wider community. Also, the fact that we are able to engage in transformative education, especially as we transition into 21st century education, is a feather in the cap of Silliman University. I get involved in a number of colleges and universities, and I must say, Silliman either takes the lead or is not so far behind. In terms of programs, our flagship programs, one of which is environmental programs, continue to be prominent. And those environmental programs, not just in our academic offerings, but also in our co-curricular activities and in our operations like purchasing
Right.
or decision which company to work with. Those are all very much related to our environmental concerns. Also, in terms of partnership, Silliman continues to be in partnership with other agencies of the government and also in the private sector. And every time we have partnerships, they themselves are amazed at how Silliman University is.
Even internationally.
Even internationally. I just came from the international conference. This is the Philippine Educational Conference with a number of participants from other countries. And there we discussed...
Is this the one led by PAC?
Yes.
Okay.
And in the PEAC, this is the Private Educational Assistance Committee. Silliman University, with my presence, is part of the board. And so, to me, there is strength, in partnership.
Right.
And that also opens doors for us to other agencies of the government. And I know you're also involved with PAYA programs and also with government agencies. And being a private institution, we do not have a direct subsidy from the government, but we are able to access resources through these programs and projects. Also, while there, I was able to visit UP Los Baños to have this memorandum of understanding that's very much into community engagement and service learning. So they themselves see the value of having instruction, research, and community engagement integrated at the level of the classroom. Because we know that even here at Silliman, there are researchers who put more emphasis on research, but not on instruction, or instruction only on teaching, but not on research and engagement. So we'd like to see the breaking down of silos of instruction, research, extension in a university setting.
Wow, I think that I would see that as a loop, right?
Right.
Like learning is enriched by research, research is enriched by instruction, and instruction is enriched by community extension, and the loop just keeps going.
Right. And that to me is also a way of demonstrating whole person education, because we talk of whole person education in some other ways, but if we relate that to the pillars of higher education and be able to integrate teaching with research and community engagement, then that really is holistic education.
Right. So, Dr. McCann, one of the, I would say, movements right now is, of course, you have the Education 4.0, and now we have the Society 5.0. What is the roadmap, or what is the plan of your office and the whole administration in terms of getting the university ready to these kinds of transitions and movements? Because I believe, well, as they say, we're living in a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, and we have to future-proof ourselves. So, are there major things right now in mind that you are planning for the university?
Right. Well, future proofing of a university depends so much on future proofing of its faculty and staff.
Right.
So if we talk about all these technological advancements, including using the tools related to AI, for example, then we should know what we are talking about, because sometimes you have anxieties or apprehensions, or somebody will say no to AI, another says yes.
Distrust to technology.
Yes, or distrust. But really, it may also be a function of lack of adequate
Right.
information about all these technological advancements. And so you ask, where can the university position itself? Whether we like it or not, we cannot deny all of these technological advancements. So the first step really is, let us know what is out there. And given what we know, what is out there, how can we best deal with this new situation, and how can we translate what we know of those into our teaching, learning, delivery. So we can only be good in handling the future if we ourselves are ready to handle that.
Yeah, and what I'm getting from that, Dr. McCann, is to be future ready is to be equipped in the
Right,
present, right?
right.
Dr. Betty, we're just going to pause for a short break, but when we come back, I think every one of us wants to know also the things that you would say consider as challenges in the day-to-day. Like, how does a university president begin and ends her day? All right? All of that and more, friends, when hashtag Silliman returns. Please stay with us.
What a wonderful words of Jesus, so reassuring for all of us, that in the middle of the storm, He will be there for us.
Make us feel confident that help is available whenever we need it.
So take note that you guys should do different physical exercises.
We're hoping that in the following years, ma-appeal na ang uban nga strand, kay dili magpili ang disaster of strand.
Guys, we are finally at the final stage of our DRRR activities. Can we give ourselves a round of applause?
We have now come to this day to culminate this semester-long endeavor.
The party started, it's going down. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
In this tranquil haven, where acacia trees embrace the earth and dreams take flight, lies a hidden truth, awaiting its moment of reckoning. But nature's whispers grow louder, shaking the very foundation of this idyllic existence. Behold, the specter of the earthquake looms, a tempest of raw power. In a world where the ground beneath us can tremble at any moment, be ready. They strike without warning, leaving devastation in their wake. No one is chosen, no one is spared. We are all victims. In a heartbeat, lives are upturned, dreams are astray, and futures are left hanging in the balance. But amidst the chaos, a flicker of hope ignites.
are accounted for. All unit heads have reported. Thus, this simulation is now officially over.
All right, hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. We are still with our university president, that's Dr. Betty Cernol-McCann. Dr. Betty, when we pause for a short break, I actually asked you questions about your day-to-day routine, how do you begin and end your day. But before you answer those questions, we actually prepared here some questions that were asked in the different years of the Miss Universe.
Wow.
And of course, this is our challenge for you to answer some of the questions that's been asked by Miss Universe title holders. So, Dr. Betty, allow me to ask you again, are you ready?
I'm not sure this time.
Okay, or it's okay, it's okay. All right. So, Dr. Betty, here is your first question. I think this was the question asked this year. Dr. Betty, your question goes a little something like this. If you could live 1 year in another woman's shoes, who would you choose and why?
I wish I watched the Miss Universe so I could have learned from that response. But I must say that as a member of a family, if I have a year, I'd like to be my own mother.
Oh.
So many lessons to learn from her. I come from a family of 9.
Wow.
And I just wonder how she was able to manage all 9 children and how she went about her day and being able to share meager resource to a big family. But I must say she did it so well. So I wish, Mom, I were, able to learn more from you.
Wow, and I, thank you. I should clap my hands for that answer. Wonderfully answered, Dr. McCann. All right, this is the second question. If you could be outrageous in a day, what would you do and why?
Outrageous, like just play goofy and not worry about anything and not being held by time constraint in doing something that I really like to do, like being out there near the beach or out there in the mountain and not think of, hey, we have to be home. It's, late in the day and I'm needed elsewhere.
I think all of us want that too. This is the third and last question, Dr. McCann. What is the essence of being a woman?
The essence of being a woman is a person of honor, dignity, and one who is happy with what one has.
Oh, wow. That could have been a winner answer, Dr. McCann. Were you able to join pageants before?
No.
Fun fact.
What?
Okay, I'm getting this.
I tried to skirt away from that issue because I must say that I am very much not in favor of all these beauty pageants.
Okay.
It's against my religion in a way because of the commodification of women. So, but I don't take it against people who talk about Miss Philippines, Miss Universe.
And even Miss Silliman.
Or Miss Silliman.
Right.
And for Miss Silliman, I would look more at how they are able to play their role, which they are doing so well.
Yeah, sterling performance.
Yeah, but would it have been good to have a person, like a Silliman, and not men, women, but
it could be the
like
Sillimanian.
Like
that's one thing. That's one thing that we can think about. Anyway, thank you very much. That would be my assignment, Dr. McCann. So, so much about Miss Universe and Miss Silliman. let's go about now your daily routine. No, how do you begin your day? Because usually, I couldn't just imagine how swamped your inbox is in your email.
Yes, more than what I need. Well, I must say I begin my day by looking at my smartwatch
Okay.
and see whether or not I have enough sleep and deep sleep. Because sometimes I get 7 hours of sleep, but only 2.5 hours of deep sleep.
Is that the REM?
Yeah, that's not necessarily good. But anyway, start of the day. What's my schedule for the day? It's like I'm being, controlled by the schedule for the day. And that's why I sometimes don't like Charm, because
Shout out, special shout out to Miss Charm.
because she tells me, what needs to be done for the day. But I must say, at the end of the day, we're able to accomplish all those, and a lot of prayers in between, and talking to the one up there and say, hey, I need you.
Typically, Dr. Betty, how does your day end?
It ends usually by about 6
6
o'clock
in the evening?
in the evening.
And what time do you go to bed?
Oh, I go to bed about towards 9, 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then do you have some beauty regimen before going to bed?
No, I actually like to watch a movie.
Or the K-dramas, the Crash Landing on You?
After Crash Landing, no, I'm more into another series.
Okay.
Like 6 Feet Under.
Oh!
How gloomy can
Yes.
you be? Because it tells me that there are things happening that are gloomier than what I have for the day, but
right.
a lot of lessons. So, yeah, that's my person.
Dr. McCann, if you're going to tour me in your personal library, what are the 3 books that you want me to read?
Oh, first, of course, is the annotated version of the Bible, because you get to read so many passages that need some kind of, understanding that has already been worked on by others. So why waste your time, trying to reinvent what has already been done by others? That's one. Then anything related to leadership, how others do it, more to learn from them. And the third category would be social psychology, how the self is very much influenced by what goes on in a group, and how a group influences me as a person. So those are the 3 categories that I'll share with you.
Yeah, and I look forward to read those books soon. If there is anything, Dr. McCann, that you still envision for the university, or it could be like a wild or like a very huge dream, like the wildest dreams of all for the university, do you have something in mind?
It may not be wild, because it's something that I identified on year 1 with Silliman. I really wish we could have a convention center that can sit as many as 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Because I know that, Silliman needs that kind of facility.
Sure.
We usually, for our commencement exercises, look for other places.
Yeah.
How I wish we have one of our own.
Yes.
And then we can, we can host as many national, regional, international conferences. That's one way of bringing in more people to the university.
Wow.
And I don't think that's wild. It's just that, with the pandemic, all those may have been put on hold. Another,
So that's one.
That's one.
I'm
And
curious how it will be named.
And another one
I can
is
volunteer my name.
yes, yes.
Just kidding.
And another one would be to have stronger partnerships globally. Right now, we're very good national and
Yes.
even in regional level because of our connections with United Board institutions. That's more than 100 colleges and
Wow.
universities in 13 countries in Asia. So we can bank on that. But I think partnerships should also go beyond the region of Asia, the rest of the world.
Yes.
You know, like Europe. Oh, we have some in Europe, we have some in the US, but we can do more
Yes.
in that regard.
More linkages.
More linkages and very specific programmatic tie-ups with those.
Dr. Betty, we are already in the season of Christmas, and in fact today, as we do this interview, is Christmas Day. We've already lighted up our university Christmas tree, and just last week we had our university Christmas party. What is your Christmas wish and Christmas message to each and everyone of the entire members of the Silliman community, locally, regionally, nationally, and Sillimanians all over the world?
Well, given the situation that we are in, and given how elusive peace, happiness, and a sense of security for everyone, as well as good health for everyone, those are my wishes this Christmas for members of Silliman community and the wider community.
Dr. McCann, I'm down to my last two questions for you, and this is the second to the last question. As the 13th and the first woman president of the university, how would you like to be remembered? What legacy would you like to leave?
I should start thinking about legacy, but I must say that to me, being able to parry all the blows that we face is something that I would like others to remember me, that I didn't fail the Silliman at its worst time during my term. Those are my day-to-day concerns. And also to do away with the misconception that because you have a woman leader, then it's likely to be weak and it's likely to be full of emotional drama.
Right.
But I'd like to leave a legacy that whether you are a man or a woman, and if you're able to do what you need to do to the best you can, that to me is legacy enough.
Dr. McCann, do you have a Bible verse that you hold dear?
I remember my own brother who'd say, my favorite Bible verse is the shortest one. And that shortest verse is, Jesus wept. Because that's something that you can immediately remember. But over the years, we used to laugh about that. But over the years, that actually reminds me that I shouldn't be a cause for the weeping of Jesus. And so to me, I like that verse. Jesus wept, the shortest verse in the Bible, but to me, one that has the most meaning because all of us should do good in the sight of the Lord.
Dr. McCann, in every beginning, there's always an end. And our life here on earth is temporary. Granting that that day will come and you will be able to have the option to write what's on your epitaph, how would you want it to be written?
Forever in our hearts, like what we have other members of the family. But I'd like to be remembered as a mother and as a leader.
A mother and
A
as
mother
leader.
and a leader.
Thank you very much, Dr. McCann, for this interview. God bless you and more power.
God bless you too, Joshua.
All right, friends, that wraps up our interview with the one and the only University President of our dear old Silliman University, Dr. Betty Cernol-McCann. And thank you very much for joining us for the past Monday and tonight. Take care, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Merry Christmas! Malipayong Pasko kanatong tanan. Dagang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. And of course, we have our social media platforms. We invite you to like, share, and comment your favorite episodes, especially in our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. We also have a community on YouTube. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there. And friends, we are also airing, that's every Monday night, 8 p.m. via Channel 6 Field Products Dumaguete, and replays are aired every Tuesday before the noontime news and Saturday after the noontime news. On behalf of Ronelyn Vailoces-No, this has been Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week on here on #Silliman. Merry Christmas, everyone!